Hi, I'm Brenda Power, Medicine Woman, and I had promised to do a 1-minute speed read to those that emailed me, and this was after the show. So what we're going to do is just that. Now, how can anybody else do this? Down the road, we will have emails that will come in from time to time, and I want to honor those. So the first one, now some of these emails got stuck in the trash folder and I didn't find them until the next day. Rachel Mary said, just the future reading. So we're going to look at that. What needs to be addressed has to do with it being in a positive environment, and it has to do with relationships with friends. There's a particular habit that happens, and I guess it would help if I actually turn the timer on. A particular habit that happens, and I'm going to look at your compatibility with people, and that's good, but there's a repulse, meaning certain people that you're around, the compatibility level drops down to a +6 instead of a +10. And what kind of people does this drop around? People that have different failure attitudes, fearful attitudes, and it just drops. What happens then to you? Do you absorb? Do you observe? You reject. You're like, ah. So then your body goes into trying to recenter itself. But then there's a part of you that says, I'm expected to save them. If that's true, then you need to stop doing this. Because there's a part of you that says, I become very self-conscious of what's going on, and they're looking for my response, and I'm supposed to give it. Thank you. Amy Patterson, and she talks about headaches. Amy Patterson. These headaches are related to like sounds, certain sounds that you remember the most, especially when you were about 3. As I look, what kind of sounds affect you is that there's defensive sounds. So anytime anybody's ever defensive or you become defensive, those meridians start to go a little wonky. Are there any frozen meridians? No, just that you get headaches. Now we want to correct those. Is there any other information? No. How do we correct those? First of all, this point here, take those fingers all the way down to where it comes to where the bones meet. That's large intestine. Make sure you rub on both sides and do that about 30 times. And are they frozen? No, you just need to stimulate them. So your body starts to go into an automatic response. When you start to feel defensive or people around you get defensive, immediately just start rubbing those points and your body doesn't have to go into that wave. And is there any more about those headaches? Yes, but we'll have to talk about that some other time. Stephanie, I think it's Parmalee. Spirit, please. Now, that can be, you want to talk to Spirit or Spirit from the other side. Either way, Spirit says you're compelled, people around you are compelled to correct themselves so they don't have to piss you off. There's something to do with, there's just a few, not many, a few, that feel like they have to walk around eggshells around you. And I need to ask, is it because it's the way you take action? So like, for instance, let's say you have to get things done, so you become more terse. And so now then that means that they don't know how to react to you, so they have a problem with approaching you because they don't know how you're going to respond to them. But when these people come around and they do this, that discourages you to the point of, I don't know if I want to interact. And you then have this impending doom feeling, which is not even yours. You're kind of picking up how they're feeling. So, it's the interaction with people. You can heal that. A Robin Marsh. And she wants to talk to Spirit. Now, I feel like somebody on the other side wants to come through. What's interesting is they may have a sandy blonde hair. I see bangs or fringe, whatever you want to call it. It feels more like a male aspect and in a male body. That's good. And it is to do with talking about theirs or yours. They're looking at some type of weakness inside of you. It's a belief you have one, but they're saying that's a lie. You didn't have the weakness. You've always been to remain strong. But you go into, when you start to feel like you're weak, you go into a panic. And they said that then you have a compulsion to be disconnect from spirit and go it alone with ego. There's a video that I put up about doing rubbing for an anxiety. And so here's the heart point. Rub that a good 30 times on both wrists. Okay. And I'll check, is that frozen? No. So when you feel like you just don't have the strength to do so, I would rub those points. Okay. All right. So see, Stephanie Parmalee, your email got sent again to it. And this is love to hear from spirit. All right. So we'll do that one again. So you get another one. Compulsion. There's a, it's compulsion. You're compulsed to do this when somebody says negative things. So if you have a narcissist in your space or a gaslighter, your body will automatically react, not your head. Your body's consciousness will begin to react. And then you do it because you don't want to act mean. Oh, I can't be mean to people. I have to behave this way. And spirit on the other side says you have a tendency to let those thoughts obsess. So that means you want to overcompensate. You're like, oh, I said this, I should correct that. And they said that came about when you were about 3 years old, 3 months, 3 months old, 3 months old, when you were picking up people in your environment. So whoever was holding you, you absorb that in and you believe that's yours. If you can put your hand on your head when you're starting to do that, or use EFT to start to disrupt it, then you can start to let that go. Oh, look, see, Amy Patterson's thing got stuck again. So Amy Patterson, to finish up on those headaches, there is a panic. So your body goes into a certain amount of panic when this happens, and you become very self-conscious. It's like people don't like the way you look, and then that makes you feel like you don't like the way you look, but some people may just be concerned. You misunderstand that, you're thinking, well, maybe this has to do with, people don't like the way I look because it's wrong. It's not that it's wrong. They probably want your body to become healthier. Your body becomes healthier when it becomes more efficient, and then your meridians start to work. But there's a panic, and they said this goes, and then I would say doing the heart point. Doing the heart point, Amy, because the body is not allowing you to get past it. The other point that I would do would be the kidney point. And the kidney point is usually sore on people. Right there. You see that point on the back? Okay, right there. See the big toe? Anyways, rubbing those on both sides of your ankles. But you're going to have to do one step further because yours is frozen and you need to get a magnet. Use both sides of the magnet on that point about 12 times, then rub it about 30 times on both sides. And going back into, let's see, go back to Virginia Flores, Flores, Flores. Okay. Virginia says, will I do good in my online business? Okay. So when we look at this for your online business, that wasn't good. An online business, will you do good? About 35%, because you're going up and down. Out of 100, you're going up and down with thoughts. In what would stop this would be that you feel like you're not compatible with something. There's days that you're in your head and you're like, yes, I can do this, but you didn't bring it to your heart. So you need to bring and listen with your heart. You got to buy with your heart. You got to sell with your heart. You got to do what's in your heart. You got to listen to spirit so you can make it work. When you start to learn how to incorporate the mind and the body together, understand those feelings and both of those will create manifestation. Most people will create manifestation just out of their head, or they won't think it and they'll just kind of like, oh, I got to feel this, but they're not in sync. You need to get those in sync. And then that's when you'll start having your business do better. And it's what jumps up to 100%. It's about how to get yourself together in alignment to make this happen. We go over to Jennifer Ferguson. Is it going to work out with the new guy I'm seeing? So Jennifer Ferguson, will it work out with the new guy you're seeing? Now, the energies and the spirit on the other side is saying that that's up to you. You have a filter of past experiences that are interfering with it. And what you do is you have great anxiety about it. And that can lead to nasty thoughts that are not even true. First thing I would do is rub those points under the thumb or under the pinky. Rub that about 30 times on each side so you can start having a relationship without those issues. The other part would be, this could be the one. So you have to start developing, and because you're deceiving yourself. So you have to get past those thoughts by knocking down the anxiety, because if you haven't looked at the video, it's on YouTube, and that will help you see a little bit further. So I'm just going to, oops. And for those that have tuned in, I'll get it to you in just a moment. Cindy Way. Cindy Way says, I just need some advice as to get panicky. I have a swollen foot. Don't want to know. Foot. Don't know why. Am I okay? It's just inflammation. Thank you. Okay, her left foot. Sometimes you don't know where to step, where to put your step. You don't, and it is stepping into the unknown and bringing that information through. And in this case, if you have anxiety, again, go down to the pinky. Okay, look at other videos under anxiety. Start rubbing both sides. Is that frozen? No, your point on that ankle is, what is it? Yes, it's frozen. So you need to get a magnet on your ankle. The energy is not moving. Because it's not moving, it's going to cause a buildup and a backlash. You have to look right there and see the big toe, follow it up. It's behind that point. Use a magnet, both sides over that point, and then take your thumb and start rubbing it. Do both feet so that the energy on both sides of the body balance out. Take it to the next step and understand that you are dropping just into the ego. You're into your head. You're using excuses, worried, and fear and reasonings, and listening to other people's stories about, oh my God, it could be it. And there's a great impending doom that you're going to die. Okay, tap that out. Use EFT to tap it out, because it's not true. Your body's energy is just stuck. And I would suggest to start drinking stuff like lemon water to help cleanse the kidneys. There's other things you can do, but that's all the time I have. Going up to Lisa Clownley. It's Clowney, Lisa. Will my ex-husband and I ever get back together? What does my love life look like in the near future? Okay. Will your husband and you get back together? Okay, at this point, no. And if we were to heal anything, would you get back together? No. What is the love? You have great potential having love in your life, but you're so hurt that it keeps the block. Do you have a heart wall? No, you're just blocking. You're just saying, oh, hell no. You put self-limitations in place because you don't want this to happen again. And so now you're believing that nothing's going to happen, because over time, hopelessness, your belief is interfering with your love life. You need to tap out these beliefs. You don't know how to expand yourself. You just know how to contract yourself. So you have to learn to expand your energy of your heart. Listen with your heart, expand that energy out. Because if you expand it out, then you're going to start attracting like-minded people into your space, instead of attracting people that are going to teach you some hard lessons to learn. And you know that you have to, that you need to explore the word lust. You need to feel certain things, so you know the difference between lust and love, and you're learning on these particular lessons. Okay, so those are all of them. And Lenore says, I have a question. Will I have a date for the wedding in November? So if we take the energy it is now, will she have a date in November? There's a part of you that in your head you say yes, and with your heart you say no, because you're so tired of attracting people that seem to be assholes to some degree. But it's just like you just can't find the alignment. If I said, what do you need to address? How many things really do you need to address in order to allow yourself to have a date? And they said one thing in particular, and that is you have got to see how lofty energy controls your world in every single part of the day and how you respond to it. Because the universe doesn't want to bring you a great man if all you're going to do is not see it, because you're looking and knowing that every single day of your life, lofty energy has to control every part of it. And that's the only type of man you're going to bring into your space. And you said already, no, I'm not doing that again. So you got a conflict going on. So you have to stop believing and stop responding to and stop letting that energy. So thank you, Spirit, for bringing through. How am I supposed to heal this? Thank you, Spirit, for that answer. Okay, so, and it was just a jumping on today to answer some emails that people have sent me. So, some of those people are new. You have Michaela Seaward, and normally on my Facebooks, I have done YouTube at the same time, and usually you email me, and then during the show. So I will give you a 1-minute read right now. So Michaela, if you're still here, then just do me a favor and tell me what your question is. That would be good. We can do that. We're small enough. Tammy, if you want a 1-minute read, I'm more than welcome to give you one of those. So I'll wait a few minutes for you guys to decide. Now, I just put up a video that had to do with anxiety and I can't sleep. And you really should be looking at it because this point on your wrist, people don't give it enough credit. I mean, acupuncture is very important for a great deal of reasons, but that one has saved my life so many times so I can get rest, so I don't have to lose my shit when I'm in front of people or in audience or just crowds. So again, Michaela, if you're here, anybody that's here that wants a reading, that's great. Now, I appreciate you jumping on. That helps. I'll give it another few seconds only because I don't know how long the delay is in the YouTube world. I know how long it is in Facebook land. I'm going to start doing a show every Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. on Facebook Lives. You can go to my fan page in order to get notified, like the page, get notified, and so that you can be on. If you thinking, oh, I don't want to do that, well, come over to 10 a.m. South Australia time and on YouTube, because I usually have them broadcast. I make them at the exact same time. Okay. Well, I thank you for tuning in, and normally I have something to say, and I usually do, but I need to get back to start making those classes. But if you're interested in having any classes, that'd be great. Oh, wait. Tammy says, good. Anxiety video. I've used that, and the liver work has helped a great deal. Oh, thank you. That's good. I want to see y'all better. It's such an important thing. It's so important to get healthy and get strong. And if we can start correcting our energies, we can start helping the planet as well. Yes, as you heal yourself, you heal me, you heal the world, you heal everybody here, even consciousness. So it says there's 4 people here. But I thank you. I thank you because feedback is so important. Feedback lets me know. I already know that Spirit they've already made that confirmation, but I like to know if you pick it up and if you can get connected to the things that your soul wants, the spirit guides, and your loved ones on the other side. I was thinking about doing, thumbs up would be great if you like it. I've been thinking about doing animal readings, and that is, You'll bring your animal into the space, or you can have a picture or whatever. You can hold them in your mind. If they have issues, you can ask me about their health issues or other things like this, or how are they doing mentally, or what's going on, if they're talking to spirits. So I'm thinking about doing an animal reading show. You know what? I don't know if I have read it or sent it. Let me look to see, because I got... Huh. It's funny. It didn't show up. I know I did. I thought I did you yesterday, but I wasn't for sure. Let me just check that, okay, Patricia, because sometimes I found a bunch in the wrong box, the spam box, which I don't understand how that happened. Nope, that's not you. Nope. You see, no. Yes. How did you get there, girlfriend? You said just general. Okay, I will give you one. We have got to move this into in an acceptable place, meaning you're wanted. General. Gotcha. All right, ready? Generally speaking, one of the things that somebody on the other side wants you to know is that you have been validated from the other side. They think you're important and you're worth it. And they said that sometimes they watch you get very disheartened, which means you forgot to learn how to live with your heart. And as that begins to happen, they said that you start to spin. Okay. And they said this is just a habit. So how do you listen to your heart? The very first thing to do to listen to your heart is that, remember, anytime you look around your house, look at it, whatever. Did you buy with your heart? Did you favorite color? Did you decorate with your heart? And did you, you have to look at stuff and realize I picked that because I liked it. I picked it with my heart. They said the other part is that because you picked it, you also received it, meaning you have it, you owned it, you already received it. So you have to learn how to feel that you can receive. Because if you begin to receive, then you get to, and the universe knows this, the universe will begin to graduate you to receive more, and because you got it the first time, okay? So I'm going to check again, make sure that, yeah. Okay. Tammy, I'm just happy to catch you on. I would be interested in classes and tended to set up a time to work with you soon. Yeah, I do all those private readings and the classes. It's like, how do I get them? Because the Spirit is telling me to do subscriptions. So there'll be 3 different levels, because people say they can't afford my private readings, or they, like one person comes on twice a week, and so I set up a program for them at a better deal, and so then so we can do things. So the subscriptions would give you more and more. It's like, think of a phone plan. You can get little to a lot, but you can get something out of it. And the classes, I feel, are supposed to be born through those. I see them in my head. I keep wanting to do them. Spirit says, not yet, not yet, not yet. And I'm thinking, why? Because I don't have students. Spirit says, you'll see. So it's trusting the unknown and letting it fall through. So it is so good. So keep your eyes open. If you want, really terrible with newsletters, but if you want the newsletter, which will start to eventually come out, that will tell you the update of what's happening, where 2 things can be located, what is offered, then yeah, I think that you have to go to my website, Medicine Woman for You at Weebly.com. And eventually I have enough money, almost collected enough, so that I can buy my name back, and so I can get my website going again. That would be great. You guys are awesome. I'm just going to double check and make sure there is no more emails. And thank you very much, Patricia, for pointing that out, because this is all new to me, and I'm trusting Spirit. All right, you guys are great. And guess what? Stay blessed.